Yeah, bro.
And all right, so welcome back to One Up Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. My name is always Milos. With me is Jorge Martinez. We got Adrian Flores back, and we've got Nick
Martin.
Nick Martin. There we go. I did not know his last name. Forgive me. Nick Martin. He is the host of the
What's Up With That Podcast.
Yeah, we were kind of messing with the names earlier. He's got a segment name that I thought it was his podcast, but that's awesome. So yeah, What's Up With That Podcast? Check that out, as well as after listening to this episode, listen to some of his. Gonna be good. What's up, man? How you been?
I've been good, man. I've been busy doing the podcast. I'm recently just moving into my new set. We're in Dallas, moving to Garland, so I got my whole new room I got to set up now. So I've just been busy doing that shit lately.
Damn, man. So basically the same boat as us, moving productions, moving everything. That's super.
It's a hassle, dude. I mean, because you get all set up, you get everything set up how you like it, and then you got to move it all over and do it all, set it all up again, you know?
Yeah, man. This setup here process for us was really taking a really long time because buddy Manuel was building a house, which is like the fifth time I'm talking about this in the podcast. But yeah, so he was building this house back there, built this with it. You know, we're trying to get a decent deal from you know, contractors, stuff like that, and then someone ended up kind of screwing him. So that's why it took a little bit of time, plus power, plus everything. But we're finally done, and it feels so good to be here.
This is an awesome setup. I love this little room y'all got, man. It makes my shit look real ghetto.
The biggest thing, honestly, the biggest thing is having insulation in the walls. Trust me, that's the biggest fucking thing.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Earlier before we started recording, we were talking about it, and I was like, dude, we just got all the equipment because we were all in production. Like, a lot of it just doing film work and stuff, so we already have the equipment. So
yeah.
Let's do something else with it.
That's kind of how it started with me, too, because, you know, I was told you I do production stuff myself, and so I had cameras, mics, and, like, I've been a studio session guitars forever, so I got mics for that. So I just, all this shit laying around. I was like, man, I've got the stuff for a podcast. Like, why don't we just do one? So we set it all up and been doing it for a year now.
Nice, man. Hell yeah.
Did you say a year?
Yeah.
Don't you have like 50 episodes?
Yeah.
Dang.
I do like at least an episode a week. During the summer we were doing up to 3 episodes a week.
Wow.
Yeah, it was wild during the summer. I had the people just like, hey, can I come on? And I was like, fuck it, let's do it, you know?
Would you did you have a release schedule, or did you just like, if you recorded 3, you
so
3?
So what we would do is just kind of get it out as we can, but we tried to stick weekly and put it out on Fridays. And I'd put the audio out a week before that.
Yeah.
So on like Monday or Tuesday, I'd drop the audio, and then Friday the video comes out.
Yeah, we started doing the same thing, yeah, because we actually, you know, Spotify through Anchor pays just a little bit here and there. YouTube doesn't pay shit yet, so that's why we do the same thing. Is that why you do it as well? Or?
Y'all getting some money from Spotify?
I think we made a whole like $10 so far.
Man, I haven't made shit.
Yeah, I remember when we made our first $1.
Yeah. Did we make 10? I think we were maybe not that much.
Nah, we haven't made 10.
Are we at 6 now?
We're closer to 6.
Hey, okay.
Hey, good for y'all. Good for y'all.
So that's one for everybody. Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
nice.
right. Yeah.
the 5 of us, and then one for Kevin. There we go. No stress. Kevin doesn't get one. Fuck Kevin.
No, the reasoning behind that was just kind of to get more people, more eyes on it, and it's and for me, it's more to post on Instagram and shit. So I'm like, hey, check the audio out. Oh, and by the way, Friday's the video. You know, so it's just more constant content.
That's one thing that I personally have been struggling with. I haven't been posting a lot of it myself. I know George tries to post on a Facebook page here and there, but I need to share more of it myself.
Right.
It's kind of like...
I mean, content's king. That's what they say.
Absolutely, man. Same thing like with the YouTube channel I run. I post maybe like once every month, and I don't promote it anywhere. So like, whatever.
Man.
I started sharing shorts, YouTube shorts.
Yeah.
Those took off. I was like, dude, like, they get a lot of views, like, instantly.
Man, call me old, but I prefer that over TikTok. I like the YouTube shorts.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like,
yeah, but aren't those newer than TikTok?
It is, but I'm just saying, you know, like the younger generation's on the TikTok, and I think...
Back in my day, we had Vine.
Yeah, right.
Oh, those
Bro, don't show your age, bro. Like, come on.
Wait, bro, don't show my age. I got fucking grace in the barber, bro. Man, yeah, I remember.
He's only a teenager, stressed out teenager.
Yeah, exactly. It's like in Borat, remember? It's like, oh, marry my wife and she's 15. Now,
My wife.
Sleeve of wizard.
Sure.
So what are y'all talking about on your podcast usually?
Man, so I've had a whole bunch of people, like I was telling you earlier, I've had people, professional skateboarders, shitload of musicians, too many rappers. I don't really want to talk to rappers anymore, to be honest. But I've had a couple chefs come on.
Why is that?
Man, I mean, let's keep it real. I mean, you get a lot of rappers on there that like they're in their own clout. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they believe their own bullshit.
Like a little bit of arrogance coming on.
Not only that, but like they'll come on and like I'll sit them down and be like, so what's going on? Mm-hmm. Not a whole lot of shit's going on. You're just making music in your room, you know, like.
Yeah.
And I've been in the scene, like I've been a studio session guitarist. I've been in multiple bands. I know what it is. Like you kind of got to come and bullshit me on my own show, you know. Like my bullshit radar is pretty fucking good, you know. Like you come in, I don't know, man. Rappers just, I've talked to enough of them where I'm kind of over it. Yeah. And so I only want to talk to people like Conor or people that are really out there pursuing what they do, you know.
And I mean, like with Conor, bro, like I had no idea who he was before he came on the podcast. And we did talk about his music stuff a little bit, but that dude just makes a great guest because...
Oh, he's great.
Yeah, we were just able to bounce so much off of each other. I think that was probably the longest episode to record we had. It was right over 2 hours.
It was one of my longest ones, too. Yeah. we did, I think, 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah, we were like right over 2 because our camera was cut out, so we just had to wrap up the audio.
Yeah, yo, shout out Conor, man. Shout out. Yeah.
Episode dropping, well, I mean, this one's going to drop way after that.
Yeah.
As of recording, that video is dropping like tomorrow or a couple days.
Yeah, Conor's music had a lot of like a skater vibe to it. You know, I kind of wish I was on the show so I could ask him more questions and shit. But y'all interviewing skaters and too, like I'm kind of into that scene. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a skater myself, but it's cool.
No, the first episode I had Kenny Hampton on, and he's I've skateboarded for 20 years now, and he was one of the first dudes, and he's like a Dallas like OG. Yeah, everyone knows him in the skate scene, and so like we were homies, and they're homies forever. So it's like, dude, come on, like let's try this out, you know. And it's one of my favorite episodes that we did because we like pulled some of his clips and talked about his like skate videos that he's done and his new pro model like boards and stuff, and like he gave me one to hang up on the wall. You know, it's just much love, you know.
Man, yeah, awesome. Adrian, are you thinking about jumping ship to his podcast?
Huh?
About jumping ship to his podcast?
Hell yeah.
No, I've been trying to get more skaters on, honestly. It's hard to get the skate homies to come on the show. I don't know, man. Nobody wants to do it.
Too shy?
I guess, you know, because like I'll ask some of my friends and they'll be like, oh man, I just don't want to do it. You know, I don't want to get on camera. Yeah. But I'm like, fuck, dude, you'd be such a great guest to have on, you know?
So like these people, they like it's people that have a following, stuff like that, right? The skaters? Or...
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. I got a couple of friends that do that. I don't know how big of a following this dude has, but I've been following for a long time. Dude I went to middle school with. He did like, before skating, he was doing a lot of like tricks and spinning and shit. He used to do fire dancing, so a lot of stuff like that.
Like a Steve-O
and parkour as well.
Yeah.
And so just a kind of natural transition into skating, doing a bunch of skating tricks too. So if you need more skating people, I don't know how big his following is right now. Probably not that big, but still, you know, man, I got you a couple more people. If you want.
Yeah. Send them my way, dude. Yeah. Yeah, there's one of the guests I had on was his name's Eric, and he runs this show on KNON on 89.3 or whatever it is. But his show is called Kick Push Radio, and I do little bumpers in my show. We kind of do a little cross network and shit. But
hell yeah, man,
yeah, it's cool.
Nice, that's super awesome. Yeah. Speaking of radio stuff, I think if you do have rappers on, one guy you should have on, guy we just had on a couple of weeks ago, DJ Pre-K. Dude's hilarious. Yeah. He's a local rapper guy, so really just still does his stuff physical because he's you love the old school method shit. But like that dude, his music is all BS, if you will, because, you know, it's like, you know, talking about how rich he is and all that shit.
Sure.
He's a fucking white kid out of fucking Hazel. But dude is like one of the most genuine people I've ever met. Plus, he also works on the John Label radio show. Oh, so dude's got a ton of stories.
Hell yeah.
I'm pretty sure he didn't tell half of them here. So if you're looking for more guests, hey, that's more cross promotion.
Absolutely. Y'all know 23 Cups?
No, who's that?
The 23 Cups is the fucking hype man of hype mans in my house. God. And the shout out 23, you know. And this dude carries 23 solo cups. Mm-hmm. They're all glued together. And he's got a whole story behind it. It was like one of his dead homies, right? And he died at like 23 or some shit. So it's like in remembrance to him, right? But he's got this whole character and this whole vibe. And he puts out music. He's like a parody artist, but he's fucking great, dude. And he's got this show called The Smoke Detector where he like tries out all these different pins and shit, and dude, he's just hilarious.
You can check that out, man.
Check him out, man. Great. Yeah, I had him on the show, and we had a great time, man.
Nice. So you also been doing music and guitar stuff for a while. What kind of music were you into?
So I started out playing like blues in my room, and then it developed into a metal band with my friend, and I was in a metal band for 2010 to 2012. And then started doing just like session work, studio stuff for like rappers and stuff. Just friends that I knew. They're like, "Hey, Adam, can you record some shit for me?" Like, yeah, sure, whatever. And then so it slowly developed. And the latest show I did, I opened up for 3-6 Mafia in August.
Nice.
Yeah, that was dope.
That's lit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
So that was really fun. And since then, just been doing some studio stuff if I can. You know?
Fuck yeah, man. So what kind of I'm a metalhead. So what kind of band or what was it called back in the day?
It was Hold 'Em Up.
It's not familiar. I know I've had a couple of friends who were in bands around that time doing all the local, gigs and stuff like that. So I might have run into you. I don't remember.
Maybe.
I used to drink a lot back then too.
Yeah. I mean, dude, me too. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool, man. Hell yeah. Nice.
Yeah, man. It was not the glory days, but it was really fucking fun,
Hey, man. Good memories. Good memories.
Exactly.
It matters. Yeah.
Right.
But hell, man, I'm glad that you're still doing the audio stuff. That's cool. A lot of people like fall off their old hobbies and just switch to something completely different.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you have like a day gig you do, or is this like 24?
Oh yeah, no. So I'm actually, I work in construction. I'm a construction foreman, and then it's the duality of my life is insane because I'll do all that shit. It's like real right brain thinking, and then I go home and it's all creative, left brain thinking, just
I'm
podcasting and stuff.
I get it.
Yeah, so you get it, dude. You have to like turn the switch off and
Exactly.
think about shit in a whole different way.
Yeah, it's been rough, man. But now that I'm able to focus more on this, it's been a lot better.
Yeah.
So I feel like as a host, I'm developing a little bit more because we're recording more episodes, stuff like that, and I have these guys bringing all these cool people, and just super thankful to be doing this. This is really nice.
Hell yeah. So let me ask you, you're a stockbroker. Did you get into GameStop?
No.
AMC.
I'm a stockbroker for my job, but not by
Oh,
myself.
okay.
Yeah, I haven't started trading yet myself because one, I've seen a lot of people lose their money, and two, I'm just too lazy to keep up with it. Like, it's one of those things, like, I don't want to, like, I don't know how you feel about this. Like, if you got to do construction stuff at home, how does that make you feel?
I don't want to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah, once I clock out, I'm out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with anything stock
that's the
related
thing.
once I leave my job.
Yeah, with stocks, you got to watch that shit all the time.
Exactly.
I was in Bitcoin and Ethereum and all that shit like into 2020 and made a little bit of money out of it, but not a lot. Mm-hmm. And you have to watch that shit day in, day out, hourly, and it's fucking stressful.
And that's exactly why when I get off work, I just want to shut off and not deal with it. So, no, I have not dealt with the GameStop stuff.
I can get you.
No.
No, that whole GameStop shit was crazy, though, and AMC and them trying to short all that stuff.
Yeah, there was a couple of recent ones, too. Like, MMTLP was, like, huge. People were, like...
Oh, okay.
Going crazy over that. One of my coworkers sat next to me. I was like, bro, just get out of it. It's like, no, it's fine. And then they locked it up. His value plummeted. I was like, I fucking told you.
Dude, I
told you to get out.
Yeah, I same thing. I had a friend that was in Doge, and he had like 15K in there at one time, and it just crashed, and he lost.
He got into Doge.
He had 15K in it when it was rising during that one summer.
God.
Yeah.
Dude, the highest I ever got during that time, which I was like, now I kind of regret not cashing out at the moment.
Yeah.
It was up to 30K.
Dude.
In Dogecoin?
At Dogecoin, but I got in when there was like less than a cent.
See, that's where I got in. I got in at 0.05.
Yeah.
And I pulled out at like 0.50 cents, I think. And then,
Nice, man. So 10 times profit. That's not bad.
yeah, just like $100 maybe.
Still,
Yeah.
that's not bad. Yeah. I have a friend of mine who he likes trading options and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So he holds for way too long. So he was showing me his portfolio. He's like, yeah, look, my account was like 40, 50,000 here. And then it all went down to shit. So I was like, bro, you gotta like you can't just hold stuff.
You gotta learn. You gotta learn when to pull out.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I've heard different. Like I think it's not a huge, horrible thing if you lose money. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just as long as you don't, what do you call it? As you don't like cut it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it all depends on.
Don't back out.
It all depends on what you're doing.
Yeah, you don't.
What strategy is
Sometimes
right.
People just panic sell or panic buy.
Right.
Yeah.
The biggest tip is like don't look what people do on the internet and don't be stupid.
Right.
Do you know who Michael Reeves is?
I don't think
YouTube.
so.
He's a YouTube guy. He does like stupid robot ideas, is what he calls it.
Yeah.
It's like basically, it's really funny than dumb humor, but it's fantastic. He made a video where he put a fish in a fish tank and had a camera trained on it, and had two stocks pop up on each side. And so whatever side the fish spent more time on,
shit.
like a 10-minute period, would buy that stock. And so he ran an algorithm for that versus buying like the best stocks recommended on Wall Street bets.
Yeah.
And the fish beat the portfolio by quite a bit.
See, that just tells you that like it's all fucking.
Yeah, don't listen to Wall Street bets.
Yeah, man.
The biggest advice is do not listen to Wall Street bets. That's
I'm gonna check out that fish.
yeah, it's really funny. The video is hilarious.
Nah, with Wall Street and stuff, man, they'll tell you. I'm sure they'll tell you one thing because they're trying to manipulate the whole stock itself. You know what I mean? They'll tell you to go this way, and then when it goes south, then they're gonna buy over here.
That was
instead,
the
you know
whole
what I
thing
mean?
with AMC and GameStop.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, this is going to tank. And so everyone's like, fuck it, we're going to bet on this motherfucker. And they tried to flip the thing on it.
Yeah, and then so many millionaires lost a shit ton of money, and it was hilarious. It was so funny.
I had some AMC.
Hey, that was the first time regular people won, though.
Yeah, right?
You say one, but the stock's tanking again.
I think it's more the first time people showed their power, what they
Yeah,
could do.
literally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it was. I mean, even if you got it at that point, it still wasn't exactly the best decision. But yeah, it was. If you wanted to show, screw the people, screw the hedge funds, yes.
Yeah.
And it was really funny. I really appreciate it for the jokes.
It's crazy how big Robinhood got over that, though. Like
No,
that 1 year, everybody had a Robinhood account.
Yeah. It's weird that like stocks, as boring as it is, that became meme central for a
right?
while.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny all the calls you get about the meme stocks too. You're like,
Yeah.
then the people are pretending like they understand what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Bro, shut up.
All them shit coins and stuff.
I got a friend who got really into conspiracies, and he went on this whole rant and like just messaged me about it, and it's like all politics and stuff. And then at the very bottom, talk to me like 30 years, and then you will see. But in the meantime, invest in safe moon.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Go on.
I was like,
And then that one changed too.
Yeah. They all did.
I showed the message to a friend of mine. He's like, I like that he plugged in his crypto.
Yeah.
Oh,
Weird dude, but excellent podcast host. I know the guy. Oh my god, it's hilarious. So you said, where do you usually find your guests? Because you said you get them from everywhere. Is it just people you've met through
So yeah,
business, or is it like?
it started out with just the homies, people I knew,
Yeah.
and then it grew into Instagram. I find 90% of people on Instagram and just networking and just cold emails or cold calls. Just hit them in the DM, be like, hey, what's up, guys? You like what you're doing. I think it's cool. You want to come on the show? And 9 times out of 10, we're like, yeah, sure, win. Let's set it up.
9 times out of 10?
Yeah.
Dang, without any kind of payment or nothing?
Nah, I mean, so here's the thing that you brought that up. I don't usually tell people this, but like, if they ask me to come on, I'm charging them. If I want them to come on, I'm not charging. You know what I mean?
I fuck with that.
Yeah. So like,
with that.
I'll make my money in where I can, but if it's something that I'm just genuinely interested in, and I fuck with that person, and I'm like, hey, I want to give you some shine.
Yeah.
Just come on, man, let's do this. And I'll do all the production, I'll edit it all, I'll put it all out. Just come on.
Yeah, we've been using the podcast a lot as to build up new connections, because we'll meet new people, do interesting things, so that in the back end, when we get back into doing production stuff, we can
Absolutely.
have more resources for that. Whether that be locations, whether that be access to funding, to gear, to everything else. So it's kind of like one of the reasons we kind of started it. And looks like soon it might be paying off, because I think he said we have some stuff in the works from production side finally.
Awesome, dude. That's great. That's how the 36 Mafia show came about, is just networking like that through the podcast, people that I met, and then they're like, hey, you want to do this? I'm like, yeah, let's go. But if I never did the podcast, that would have never happened.
Right. Yeah. It's cool, man. Yeah, it's really awesome. Like I said, at least, if nothing else, I get all these cool stories that are just really cool.
Yeah. I'm genuinely just a curious person anyway, and I like to get to know people and just see different facets of life and how people do things. And one of my favorite questions that I ask every guest is, how do you experience time? Because it's just such a personal question.
That's deep as fuck.
And it's deep as fuck too, right? And everyone gives me such a genuine answer, and it's not just some bullshit sugarcoating like, oh well, it goes by fast. People kind of just sit down and they're like, oh fuck, you asked me something real, So I just like to get to know people like that and get on a real sense of who you are.
So how do you see time?
Well, actually, I was going to ask, what's a response that someone gave you that kind of surprised you?
Oh yeah, first that.
Oh man, a couple of people, they're just like, I don't believe in time, and they just like, I don't even think about it. And that one kind of takes me back a little bit, because I'm obsessed with time. Like I think about time constantly, and time is my currency. So if I'm putting my time somewhere, that's my energy, and that's everything to me. I could be doing something else and pursuing something else. So if someone comes to me and they're just like, oh, well, I don't really think about it, I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? Like, what, you just don't care? Or so when people say something like that to me, I'm just like, it doesn't compute with me, you know. How do you not believe in time? Like,
Yeah, you can fit a lot in a 24-hour span, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
A whole lot, you know.
and it's crazy because like we all have the same 24s, but how are you going to use it? You know, how do you break it down, and what are you using it for?
Yeah.
I don't know. See, I mean, I don't agree with those people wholeheartedly, but I kind of see where they're coming from, because it's like, well, you know, I'll just take life as it goes.
I get that point.
You know, it's like, well, you know, I stayed up till 5 a.m. playing Civilization again, and I got to get up in an hour for work. Fuck me, but
yeah,
you know,
we've all been there.
Yeah.
that's been me on multiple occasions. Yeah. So time management is not one of my strong suits. So that's why I'm closer to the time doesn't matter, just because I can't fucking manage it myself.
Yeah.
I'm late to everything habitually. That's just one of the things that's about me. Like, if I'm on time, something's wrong. Because I'll always be like 5 to 10 minutes late. I'm never the guy who's like over that, because then that's just rude. But like, you know, come a couple minutes late, whatever. Or shit,
Yeah.
stuck in traffic, whatever. Left last minute, couldn't speed because it was a cop, type of thing.
Yeah.
Nah.
All right, so back to you. So you say time is just, it's just however you can fit it in within, like.
If you're asking how I experience time, man,
Yeah.
it's man. So I genuinely, I'm always thinking about like my full day. Like, if I wake up, I'm thinking about my full fucking day. Like, what do I need to accomplish in this 24 hours, right? And yeah, I never had someone ask me. I hadn't really thought about it, but
Like, that's the thing, you gotta think about.
you gotta kind of think about it, right? Because like, it's not something you get asked every day. But
But no, what I'm saying, like, is you ask that question all the time.
Right.
Somebody's gonna eventually ask you.
I know. So, like I said earlier, I'm obsessed with time. You know, I think about it all the time, and I think that comes from maybe a fear of death. You know, we're all on this clock, this biological clock. You know, so I'm constantly thinking about how I can maximize my time or whatever. But as far as experiencing it, I feel like I'm 18, dude. I feel like I'm still 18. I'm about to be 32 now, and like, I feel like time is just stuck right there. In my head, I feel like it's 2005. It's probably musically, sonically, like how I think. Like, that's when I started skateboarding. You know, like, so it's just like I'm stuck right there, and so I don't really experience time as like a progressional thing. You know, it's just kind of like you kind of said. I'm just in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, one thing that kind of hit me really hard with stuff like that was back in like 2019. I think I might have talked about this on one of the earlier podcasts as well. But so right out of high school, 2010, I went to UTA. I was working at Walmart. So just hating life, stuff like that.
Sure.
Come 2019, stuff happens, you know, did different jobs, different things here and there. Nothing really worked out. I'm back going to UTA and TCC. I work at Walmart again. And so I had like a deep fucking crisis depression. I was like, what the fuck? What happened?
Yeah.
Like, literally 8 years of time just disappeared. So I was like, that put a bunch of stress on me for a while, until, you know, eventually I just worked it out with myself. I was like, well, whatever. Time goes by. Experiences were made. Still
That's the thing. You still have the experience. Yeah, whether it's bad, good, or in between.
It literally felt like I moved nowhere, because I was literally where I started like a decade ago.
Yeah.
Stupid. But like I said, eventually I reconciled.
But that's the thing, is you got to be able to be, I don't know the right word to use here, but you got to be aware of that.
Yeah.
And not get cyclical about it. When you get cyclical about it, and it just becomes your life, and next thing you know, you're 60 and you're like, fuck, where did my life go?
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to do that. So that's why I always kind of try to have some kind of project going on, because I feel like a lot of people in life, majority of people have no passion about something.
Yeah.
They don't know what they're passionate about. So they get stuck in this fucking depressive state and just like, what do I do with my life? Where do I go? What do I do? That's why I've been in bands, music, skateboarding, podcasting, like media. Like, I gotta be doing something, you know?
Yeah. Definitely understand that, man. Like I said, I don't have as much of a drive as you do, as we talked about this again with other people in podcasts. My drive to do stuff is not really that high. I'll be honest with you, but I'm trying to get back in there.
I think as long as you're doing something, man, like a jug fills drop by drop. That's all Buddha's saying, right? And so every time a little bit, eventually that jug's gonna fill up, right?
And I feel like you're more like him in that idea, where you're actually, I feel like you're very driven, right, Adrian?
Very driven.
Sounds like it.
Yes, sir.
No.
Like, I can't go a day and feel like I wasted it, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I got to be doing something all the time, you know? That's why I had to make sure I get on this podcast for sure. I got to fit it in, you know? I can't not do it. You know?
Yeah. Well, there's some days I'll just be like, you know, well, fuck, I gotta do this, gotta do that, gotta do this, gotta do that. What do I start first? What do I do first? And then by the end of the day, I do nothing because I spent the whole day thinking about what I'm gonna do and just not
Get stuck in that
Those suck.
analysis paralysis, man.
Oh, I like the way that's nice. Analysis paralysis. That's really nice. What about you, George? How's your brain work in relation to this?
Pretty similar as far as like time works. Like same way, because I don't think of it all too linearly because it feels like everything's like really condensed in my mind.
Yeah, right.
Like, so yeah, same thing. It feels like I'm like still way in the past, but I know like time has gone by. And then I also don't think about like the dates because I've had friends who are like, remember this day on like 2009 January this happened? I'm like, no.
I'm the same way, dude. I'd be like, dude, I did not remember that. Like,
Yeah,
I don't remember last week.
like I can remember what happened. Like you tell me the event, but as far as when it comes to actually putting the date out there, I'm like I don't think of things as that day, like specific year or anything. I'm like I know it vaguely happened like around this time.
Yeah, right.
I don't know exactly the year or what.
I'm the same.
Yeah, it's like that that Project X party thing. I was like, I know when that was. For a while there, I was like, what year was that? Was that even 2012?
It was like
13.
2010, maybe?
We had
Was it next to the movie? Or?
His friends had one.
Yeah, one of my friends threw one up.
I was thinking of the movie.
But yeah, I think it was New Year, right? Like the end of 2012, going to 2013, or the year before. See, I still get that confused.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I know when it happened. I know it happened. I know it was the end of any year. Remember when one of my high school professors had a cabin. It's actually selling it right now. I'm proud of selling it up in Toshimigo, Oklahoma, like 2 hours from here driving. Yeah. And so one of my friends was like, hey, you know, can we go there? Just a couple people. Like 80 something people showed up. We were fucking through a rager. It was great. Nice. It was amazing.
Sounds like a good time.
Mr. Monster, if you're listening, sorry. But yeah, it was a good time. We also used it to film a couple of things up there as well, which is nice. So he was really, really nice to let us use that for, you know, even after, you know, parties and everything else.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
So
what just found out, sorry.
What do y'all think about like the past like 3 years? Because that has just gone by like that.
Yeah, I graduated college through that. Worst experience ever. I do not recommend anybody going to college for that because I didn't learn shit.
Yeah.
I cheated on every fucking test. Going through school for communication broadcasting is supposed to be all about networking. Didn't do shit of that because everything was shut down.
Yeah.
The studio was closed, so I couldn't do any of that.
How did you do anything if the studio's closed?
I got a degree. It doesn't matter.
Don't matter, right? I got that fucking paper.
I got the fucking paper. It doesn't matter. Yeah. So I was awful, but
yeah.
I
mean, how do y'all think about it? I mean, like, cause like everyone seems like 2020 was just like 2 days ago or like last month, you know?
Literally. But
yeah, I started 2020 sick. Like in December, we had someone who came over, like a relative, and was working on a section of the house. And turned out his kid had COVID, and then he gave it to everybody except to one of my brothers. So everyone in the house had COVID, and so I was kind of just stuck in my room for like 2 weeks. But I used that time and ended up binging like so many TV shows because I couldn't do anything. And then I remember not realizing I couldn't talk until like one day, like someone called me on the phone, and I tried to answer, and I was like, I had no voice.
What?
And it was like. My throat felt a little bit sore, but like I would only feel it whenever I drank something cold.
Okay.
Oh no!
And I didn't realize like you had no voice. But that only lasted like 2 days, and then that went away. And like the rest of the time I had COVID, I didn't really feel bad. Like I got over the worst part of it was just those first 3 days.
I mean, we started this podcast through COVID. Actually, I think right at the beginning or right before it started, we were thinking about doing it.
Yeah.
And then as it rolled through, we're like, well, we got to do something.
No, I've got this theory about like COVID, the whole lockdown thing. Like I feel like you either came out of it a better, stronger person, or it just broke you. Because I know people where it just fucking broke them, and they're not the same person anymore.
Yeah.
Or something like this, y'all build a thing out of this, and you're thriving out of it. You know, and it was maybe that push you needed to get you off your ass and doing something.
I think during that time, if you wanted to start podcast, that was probably the best time.
Perfect time.
The media, like their quality standards dropped, so everybody looked like they were doing the podcast. You'd be watching like Stephen Colbert or something. Yeah. It's like filming from his bathtub.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing Zoom.
Yeah, everybody's on Zoom. Like the news was even looked like YouTubers.
Yeah.
Like this is the perfect time because everyone's at the same quality.
That's when I like really got into watching podcasts. Like I became a fan of podcasts before I had my own, obviously. But 2020 was that time when I just had all the time in the world to just watch shit, and everyone was making them, like you said. So.
I think before COVID, before the shutdown, I was working at this job where the boss didn't really allow people to have headphones or anything. Sorry. He wouldn't allow people to have headphones or anything while we were working. But I would sneak one earbud, like wireless headphones, just for that. Just like I
would too, man. I couldn't do it. I could not have headphones.
I listened to the longest Joe Rogan episodes, like 4 hours. Like just download it and just play 2 back to back. So throughout the workday, I was listening to Joe Rogan, Your Mom's House, Tiger Belly.
Oh, dude, those are my favorites.
Whitney Cummings.
Yeah, hers. What is it? I forgot what it's called, but those are all great, dude. Those are some of the best ones out.
And 2 Bears, 1 Cave.
Yeah.
What else? The Conan O'Brien one. And I can't remember the big comedians ones, but I would just always listen to like people I knew. So I was like, if they have Hannibal Buress as a guest, I would listen to all the Hannibal Buress episodes. And like back in the day, the best Joe Rogan episodes were always when he would bring in comedians. I felt that like those were always the best episodes.
That's one thing I want to have on my show is I want to get some comedians.
Oh man, that would be the best conversations.
That's what I'm saying, because they're natural conversationalists and they make everything funny and like just light and you know.
Yeah, if you want to get like local and stuff like that, just go to like Hyenas in Fort Worth on like Thursdays, where they have the open mic nights. Some of those people there. So once they get decent experience, they start opening up for the actual,
Yeah. I've been to the Addison Improv numerous times. I love going to comedy shows, man. But
there's a couple people that I kind of do want to, if we ever start going back to Hyenas, like the old guy with the washboard, that dude's hilarious.
There's a guy named Tony Castillas that I want to. Well, he does a podcast too, and I was going to invite him over, but he's been out of town for a while. He's actually been doing a lot of work.
Right.
Like, he's been everywhere. Same with a comedian named Ralph Barbosa.
I was just about to say that. I caught him at Addison Improv, like when he was still being a host there, and now he's doing the podcast circuit with everybody right now. He's with like Andrew Schultz, and we saw the whole George Lopez thing, right?
Yeah. The George, which is kind of disappointing to hear that stuff from George Lopez. But at the same time, I was like, I haven't seen George Lopez do like great comedy since he did that one special, like "Why You Crying?"
That's his last good thing, dude. I remember listening to that as like a kid in school, and that's his last good thing, man. And when he came out with this podcast, I tried to tune into it, and I couldn't get into it, man. Like his podcast, it's just not my thing. I
couldn't even get to his like comedy after "Why You Crying?" because it just sounded like he was angry, like just bitter, like he was just complaining throughout the comedy.
Right.
And I was like, I just can't get into this because it's coming from like an angry place.
Yeah. Ralph Barbosa though, man, he's so good. He's like this new age of comedians coming up right now.
Shiner, not sponsored. Please sponsor us.
Yeah. Do you know Russ Martin?
Yeah.
He used to always do that on his show. He'd always open the bottle of. That's what that reminded me of.
Oh man, missed that guy. It was hilarious.
Oh, rest in peace, man. I grew up listening to Russ Martin, dude.
I listen to him every once in a while. I know they went through a whole bunch of changes on that station recently, though. I know they cut the show in half, and I kind of stopped.
It's not even a rock station anymore.
Yeah. Is their show even on anymore? Russ Martin show? No. Shit.
Yeah.
Because I know like the other hosts, they ran like a 2-hour show after he passed.
Right. Yeah. No, it's all ended, and it's not even a rock station anymore. So it kind of died when he died. He was the last flame holding that thing up anyway. So
fortunate. But see, I mean, this is why we have George on the podcast for the podcast stuff, because I personally don't listen to too many. Maybe listen to 2. I listen to sometimes listen to Corridor podcast for Corridor Crew, Corridor Digital. They're digital creators that do a bunch of stuff, and then also Safety Third, which is a bunch of science YouTubers. They're hilarious. They do comedy stuff.
Yeah.
And then they always do like the dumbest stuff. I don't know if any of you guys know them. Alan Pan, a backyard scientist, William Osman. Those guys are, and also Nile Red from the science channel. That guy is like, if you want to watch long form stuff, a dude turn and sounds super professional, turning plastic gloves into grape juice, like. And yeah, literally like step-by-step science, every single element you need. Like it's like a college level essay video, like 45 minutes of him literally like telling you what the process is of doing chemical conversions and everything. Sounds super professional. And he's literally just turning fucking what was the other one? It was like turning toilet paper into vodka.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, the prisons are lit.
Yeah, because so the dude's a fucking chemist. So he, sorry, tangent. But yeah, dude's a fucking chemist. So he, the grape one. There's a very similar chemical to grape flavor that is also found in plastic gloves, and so that's how he was. Yes, and that's how he was able to actually turn plastic.
Is that drinkable though?
I don't know how safe it is, but
I mean, why are we turning all plastic into that?
because
It's super, they want to recycle. Hey,
Yeah,
super expensive and very, very time consuming.
it's not cost efficient.
No, not at all. But yeah, watch this stuff. It's really funny. It's literally just a dude doing science and telling you step by step what it's doing. It looks super professional.
Yeah.
But dude's actually a fucking goofball. If you catch him on the podcast, it's super funny because
Cool.
you find out the dude's actually unhinged. It's like, yeah, so me and my friend almost burned our house down several times. You're like, what the fuck? I will also catch every once in a long while. I would catch the what was it? The anime guys? What the hell? What are they called?
The trash taste.
Yeah, that one. I'll catch that one every once in a long while, but it's usually just the other one, the safety third that I catch. Just because, like I said, I watch their stuff and they talk about doing sciencey stuff, talk about dumb stuff done. They did an episode in one of these old cars. They found a chicken nugget from 2 years ago. And like they had to do like a taste test to see how bad it was, and
No.
and this is hilarious. So like these guys are like that's probably my favorite.
Y'all ever seen those like the McDonald's cheeseburgers? Like they find them like 10 years later in like an old car. They look exactly the same.
That's
McDonald's stuff.
Yeah,
All McDonald's stuff is like that.
No, man, that stuff rots. Trust me. That like it would have to be in a perfect environment.
I don't know, man.
Like I've seen people
neither.
put it in their fridge for like a year, and usually like it stays good because of the preservatives. And they said because the beef patty's so flat, like it doesn't have the room for bacteria.
Okay.
So it takes a while for it to actually start
Because it's probably frozen for like a year or two before you ate it too. So
Don't tell me that. We don't want to know that.
hey, man, if it tastes good, who gives a shit?
Oh, you nasty.
Man, I was a vegetarian for like 6 years, and I just recently started eating meat again in 2020.
Wow, that's weird. Usually people flip the other way around. That's interesting.
Nah,
You can
man,
tell. That's
fuck that.
That sounds like a
So I was a vegetarian just out of my own willpower, just to see if I could do it. That's kind of how it started, and just like on a little spiritual journey, I guess you'd call it. But it was really just like a can I do this type thing, And I feel like once you conquer what you eat and conquer that side of your brain, you can conquer any side of your brain. It's just that willpower, right?
yeah.
And so if you can have that willpower to be a vegetarian in Texas, you can fucking do anything. I'm telling you.
So what brought you back into meat eating then?
But anyway, yeah, to get my point, fuck all that, because I just felt so like I wasn't getting what I needed. You know what I mean? And I don't,
That protein.
it's probably the protein, but I was taking like protein supplements and like vitamins and other stuff, because when you're a vegetarian, you have to take supplements. You have to.
Yeah.
You're not getting everything like amino acids and other like B12 and shit. You're not getting all that stuff. You have to take it, or you're gonna feel like shit. And so I felt like shit. And also, I was eating a lot of just processed shit, French fries.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so I was actually heavier as a vegetarian.
French fries is technically a vegetable.
Yeah. So when you got hear me out.
What's pizza legally?
When you go out to eat, with your friends, everyone's gonna get like chicken or a steak or something. And you're like, fuck, I guess. Well, I don't want to be the only one not eating, so I guess I'll get some fries or something, And so you end up becoming like a fat ass. I was like 190 pounds and started eating meat again, and I'm like 170 now. So
I had a friend that did the same thing. She just decided to become a vegetarian.
Yeah.
And she would go everywhere and just eat French fries, onion rings,
Dude,
like
it's
just
the worst.
spice fruits.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I remember my
Bean burritos. Like,
Man. Bruh.
There was like 2 weeks that I started eating vegan while I was like doing this health class whenever I was in school. So I went completely vegan, and I did end up losing like some weight. In those 2 weeks, I lost like 20 pounds.
sure.
Which is like, but I'm like, how much of it might have been like muscle or like just water weight?
Yeah. A lot of it's water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But those 2 weeks, I lost that much, and I was like trying to eat healthy and kind of vegan, but I would get like a lot of bean burritos from Taco Bell.
They're telling, I lived off bean burritos. Lived off of them.
Dude, but the one time I did do like a long-term kind of diet thing, I was doing basically keto, because I was like a short, do like no carbs. Like it was like low carb diet, and I was doing it for 23andMe, because volunteered for the study, and I was actually curious at the results. I'm like, it really motivated me to stick with it.
Yeah.
So I did it for like 3 months.
Wow.
And just ended up going down like 25 pounds without really changing my routine or anything.
Yeah.
It was just
cool.
the food I ate. And so lost 25 pounds and wasn't really doing the exercise other than like on Wednesdays, I would go walk with a friend.
Okay.
Because it was like this run, walk, social thing they were doing. And that's it. And I was like, I really want to go back to it, kind of stick with it and see like how much you could change your body by just working out and like controlling your diet.
What made you stop?
Eventually I kind of just got like an office job, and it's like,
dude, it's hard. Like, it's hard to like constantly think about what to eat. I want to just eat sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to sit there, and that was another reason why I quit doing it. I just got sick of the fucking like monotony of like, you know, I want to eat.
Is this good for me? You know?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Dude, well, oh, this is gonna kill me. Oh, I can't eat that. You know, was this got in it? I can't eat that. You know.
yeah.
one thing I was thinking of doing is like, now that we're doing the podcast, I was like, we need to start making more stuff. Like, just put some more stuff out there. It's like, we should also do like some self-improvement stuff. And I was like, let's do like as a group, do, like a weight, like a fitness challenge,
Like a sober October thing.
Yeah, kind of like a sober October.
Hell no. But okay.
No, that's cool. Since y'all got the whole group, man, y'all, I think that'd be cool. Y'all should do that.
I was like, everyone
Get
just
down with
like
something like that.
documents the days you're going to work out, like what you're trying to eat and stuff, and like just really motivated. I was like, we could even put money on it.
You see who goes the longest.
Who put like a pot, $100 in a pot.
Well, hey, Milos, give me your money, bro.
I'm just giving mine away at that. Yeah. I did keto for a little bit too, for like 2 weeks at one point, just to try it, see how it went. And I did drop a really good amount, like I think like 15 pounds at that point. I was like, holy shit, this is nice. But eventually it kind of came back to me. My problem was here recently, like I gained a decent amount of weight back. Not too much, but because my job now is sedentary, so it's just so awful. The job I had before this, I was delivering oil and like oil filters, stuff like that to oil change places. That job was perfect because I love driving, and then also you get the physical part of it of moving all this heavy stuff and everything. You know, it was fantastic. But now that I'm just sitting here, like literally, like I'm like, when I get home, my drive is like 30 minutes there, like 45 to 50 minutes back. So I'm like, you know, that's in that point when I get home, like I don't want to deal with shit.
You just want to crash.
Exactly. So I'm like, am I gonna go to the gym today? No. Am I going to the gym today? No. Am I going to the gym today? No. And now it's been like 3 months. I'm like, why haven't I gone to the gym? I'm paying for this shit. Hey, but at least I'm only paying $10 a month because of Planet Fitness. I'm not paying $30 a month not to go anymore because I don't hit 24.
I've never been a gym person, man. Like I was always got my exercise through skateboarding, I guess. But
Nice.
You take me to the gym, dude, I'm lost.
Yeah.
During this pandemic, I got really into the gym.
Yeah.
So
How do you get all that exercise through skateboarding when it's like mostly legs?
It is, dude. I am all legs.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now. I'm
burn
all
so
legs.
many calories
Yeah.
like skateboarding because you're still using your body.
It's the heart rate, I think. Like, once you get your heart rate up, and once you get warmed up, you know, obviously, and you're just skating around. I mean, I'll sweat through a shirt easy.
Yeah.
I hear that.
What do you do for exercise and shit like that?
Exercise shit. I have.
Oh yeah, your work, of course. You work like a motherfucker.
Yeah, well, of course, but like I also have a gym membership at Planet Fitness too.
Do you go?
I do. I haven't gone lately since it's been cold. It's been winter and all that, but I'm about to get back in. But mostly, I'm mostly changing my diet and stuff as of right now. So I'm always going back and forth on what I should eat, what I shouldn't, you know. And sometimes I'll have cheat days and stuff like that. But I'm always working on it. And one of the first things that I learned was, you know, not to eat like potatoes and shit like that. Anything that's potatoey, because that starch fucking kills you. That shit kills your diet.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's why I was doing as a vegetarian, man.
Yeah.
And I gained weight.
Yeah, man, because that shit turns into sugar.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, one of my good friends, Hunter, he went vegan, and for the first while, like, he was actually gaining weight. I was like, what the fuck? Like, you know, well, counterintuitive. Now he's got that shit under control. Now he's skinny like you, like a twig. I'm like, damn.
Dude,
That's a change.
there's like
I've seen a
vegan
couple
foods
years.
that they sell you that they're supposed to taste like meat, and they're actually worse for you because it's all oils.
Like the Impossible Burgers and shit. They're so bad for you, dude.
They're basically an alternatives. So for people who don't want to eat meat, but it's still like not healthy.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Because it's all processed.
Yeah, it's like it's the alternative for moral, not healthy.
Yeah, conscientious objector type shit.
Yeah,
But how is it still moral if it still fucks up your diet? You know?
yeah, but you're not eating
You're not an animal.
Say like a Hindu person, like they don't eat beef,
Yeah.
but they want to have a cheeseburger.
Right, but it's slowly killing you.
No doubt.
And we're technically animals.
No doubt.
Yeah, but I'm not eating an animal, so it's fine. I'm not cannibalizing myself, sir.
Yeah.
And you know, but hey, you know, it makes sense. You know, most of those people also think that humanity is a plague on the earth, and if you eat shitty, you're gonna die faster. So hey, you know, kind of killing two birds with one stone.
Yeah, but then they get reincarnation, so it all just goes.
Oh, shit. Yeah, well, you know, you hope you get reincarnated as a cow or something at that point.
Right. No, if you can control what you eat, man, I think that's the start to controlling your mind. You know.
Really? Mm-hmm. Oh, also working out. Working out is
True.
a good one too.
Yeah.
Dude, I got into working out during the pandemic. Like there was nothing else to do other than like work out. But I go to the gym and I still wear like a face mask and like gaiter, and I'd be working out like that. And I had some friends that were like, "Dude, I can't breathe with the mask." I'm like, "Dude, I'm working out with the mask and the gaiter. I'm still doing all right." But I got really into it. And there was like a lot of weightlifting that I was doing, and for a little while I got pretty strong. Like that's the biggest difference. But I still could not get a handle on the diet.
Right.
Because I didn't go back to doing keto for a long time, and then like keeping up with going to the gym and just lifting weights and like doing a little bit of cardio, that really like maintained everything. And I felt like I was gaining more muscle than I was losing, but I wasn't cutting enough. It still wasn't cutting enough.
Right.
So I was like, oh, I eventually just start cutting and I'll get through that. But like earlier this year, like I was still keeping up with the gym like during the summer, but around November, that's when I kind of stopped. I completely stopped going to the gym, and like
I think that's like right when winter starts.
Yeah.
So since November to now, I've pretty much gained like a lot of weight because I have been eating like the worst foods.
I was kind of like I like to call myself like a seasonal skateboarder because I don't skate during the winter really, you know. But when it starts heating up and shit, I'll get back into it. So I'm sure y'all probably do the same thing with exercising.
Well, I'm starting to get back into it, especially since a friend invited me to start going to a boxing gym. So I started.
That sounds cool.
And it was fun. Sadly, like the coach like passed away. Like as soon as I started, like 2 weeks later.
No way.
Coach passed away.
Dude, I got a weird pass away story. So, Linkin Park, you know, the singer Linkin Park, he Chester Bennington, he killed himself. So I've been a long time Linkin Park fan forever, dude. And so the day before he killed himself, I bought tickets to go see Linkin Park and MGK. They were playing a show together, and then so I bought tickets that night. Woke up the next morning and he fucking killed himself. And I was like, motherfucker, you gotta be kidding me.
You found out I bought the ticket. He was like, I can't handle this dude at my ship.
Yeah, right.
But no, man, like that one hit hard as fuck,
Dude, I'm telling you.
Especially like, you know, when his wife posted a story afterwards, it was like literally like, you know, pictures of like that day, he's smiling and stuff with his kids, and then you'll find out, you're like, fuck.
Dude, so he did a podcast like 2 days before that, and he was like talking about his mental health. He's like, yo, my head is not right. He's like, this is not a safe place to be when I'm alone. Like, he was like asking for help, you know, and like,
I mean, no shit, bro. Have you listened to Linkin Park?
Dude,
every single song. Every single song.
Crawling, Faint, Lying for You.
Every single one.
All of it. Breaking the Habit.
I don't know anything after, what was the album that the Transformers song came out on? Anything after that I haven't listened to. So I don't know if he's all still mentally fucked and everything after that. But everything before that, like, you could literally see this man is crying for help in every single one of his songs.
Every single one, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I'm a huge Linkin Park fan. And when he passed, dude, that was a heavy hit on me.
Yeah. He was, What's up?
There's some kids.
Nah, you're right. Go take care of it. You're good.
Another one, though, that was heavy for me was fucking Chris Cornell killed himself. Like, it was either like a week before Chester or a week after Chester did it. I think it was a week before. But that one sucked, too, because I was a big, like, Soundgarden and Audioslave fan.
Yeah, bro. That dude had a voice.
The voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good. Such a shame, man. Yeah, I mean, it's like, so that's what's rough about stuff like that, because you you really do not know like what the fuck people are going through.
Yeah, and then it's weird because you go back and listen to some of the tracks and you're like, damn, he was fucking saying it the whole time.
Yeah.
You don't contextually listen to it that way at the time.
Yeah. And you don't want to, you don't want to think. You think in your head, just do successful, there's nothing. Why the fuck,
And that's the thing. Like, that's the thing right there, man. Is when Chester killed himself, I was such a fan, and like I look up to these people. I'm like, you live a life I strive for, and you're still not happy. What the hell, man? Like, so what hope does that give you, or like, how do you move in your own life when the people you look up to don't even enjoy it?
Yeah. Life sucks, man. You live just in spite of it, bro.
Exactly.
That's how I look at it. I'm like, you're saying, "Ah, fuck you. You're not winning today. I got this."
That's why I gotta stay moving, doing something, man. Because if I sit down and get in my own head, man, I'll start thinking that way too. You eat yourself alive.
Yeah,
type shit.
Crazy, because I do that a lot. I didn't mention this, but during the Corona, like I lived a quiet fucking life.
Yeah.
I was all about self-improvement and stuff, but I was always in a quiet room. I got rid of my TV and my radio and all that kind of stuff. Oh yeah.
Wow.
I got rid of all
That's kind of cool though. I dig that.
Yeah, so I'm quiet. I'm in the quiet all the time, stuck in here all the time, writing all the time, and that stuff that's therapy, for me.
Who would have thought Adrian would be the most fucking mentally stable of all of us? Jesus. I'm so jealous and happy for you, man. That's amazing.
So what are you writing? What do you write? Like,
I write all kinds of stuff, dude.
Yeah.
Like, but I don't write any music or anything like that. But I do write a whole lot of, I do write a whole bunch of like short films, kind of stuff. I'm writing stuff for this podcast right now, and just all kinds of random. I journal.
Yeah,
I do all kinds of stuff.
I think that's great, man. Get it out. If you have an idea or an idea or a thought, get it out, write it down, put it into action somehow, because that thought came to you throughout this entire universe of connections and waves, and it came to you. You know what I'm saying? So put it out. It obviously came to you for a reason. Even if you think you might not be primed and ready for it, put some action towards it. Write it down or do something with it. Tell a friend about it, because they might be like, oh, dude, you know what? Da-da-da-da-da. Let's do this, and
for sure. Then you'll have something.
Exactly, man. I'm big about that. I gotta write shit down. I've got spirals just fucking filled up with just ideas.
Have you ever heard of like Alan Moore's like philosophy or like his mentality on writing?
I don't think so.
He's a believer of like Hermetism or Hermeticism.
Okay.
Which is basically where he believes in magic, but the magic is like the ideas coming to your mind that you bring them into reality through the writing, or that you implant ideas into people's heads because you do it through the writing and it goes into their mind.
That's kind of what I'm getting at. Yeah. So and there's a reason it's called spelling, right?
Yeah.
You're casting the fucking spell. You're manifesting that shit when you write it down.
Sure.
Yeah. You bring it from the third dimension or fourth dimension into the third dimension.
Yeah.
And it becomes real at that point. But if you leave it here, it's gone forever.
Oh man,
that's what
that kind of output and being able to that output and being able to express yourself like that's a fucking blessing. One
thing you kind of wanted to touch back on, and sorry to go back to the somber topics and stuff like that. The things of Chester, as you said, this dude is going through it. What the fuck hope do I have? That's actually, you got to flip that, and the way you got to look at it is like, if you're going through something like this, you're definitely not alone. Like, everybody struggles with mental demons. Yeah. Nobody knows what's going on inside your head except for yourself. So literally talk to people. Literally, people are here to listen, man. Like, no matter what, there's somebody's here who'll hear you out if you have issues or anything. Just go like, hey, kind of feeling down, and then I'll tell you, nah, fuck you, man. You gotta be on the next episode. If you're on the next episode, I'll dig you up and kill you again. But nah, man, because literally, like, everybody goes through this.
Everybody, dude.
Yeah.
It is normal not to be okay.
I think so.
As unfortunate as that sounds, really, it is normal not to feel all right. So literally, just reach out. People are going through the same shit you are. Trust me.
A lot more people hide that shit.
It's so good to hear like people like speak about this and be like, oh, there's like people out there with like more empathy, because like usually you stick with the media or like seeing stuff people are arguing about, you feel like everyone's like at their throats. It's like no one's like really getting along, and they don't care like at all what's happening to people.
Yeah.
But here, like every now and then, there's people who are thinking about others, thinking about community. Like, putting empathy out there, that means a lot.
Yeah, I've got a lot of faith in our generation, and I consider y'all my generation. I consider our generation looks at things a little differently, and I feel like we all kind of think the same. It's like, we don't want to go to war. We don't want to fucking do all that shit. We all just want to be happy, right? You know, and whatever it takes to do that. I feel like our generation will eventually implement those things when they get into office and into power and all the other shit. Because every person in my peer group doesn't like how things are.
Yeah.
You know, so eventually, once we get into that power position, it's naturally we would change it, right?
Yeah. Maybe.
Maybe. It is a maybe, yeah.
See, I saw this thing that's kind of talking about that a little bit, how generations change, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And it, as much as I don't want to agree with it, it kind of makes sense. So, you know, how generations, you know, you have a strong generation of people who went to war, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then their kids are, if you walk, weaker because, like, they want more peace, stuff like that. Next generation, different like that. And then the next generation, some shit happens, it forces that generation to be strong. So it's not really like, it's a cycle. So eventually, shit's gonna get back to where we need to be, you know, stronger people. Maybe not our generation, but maybe the next one, there'll be another big war, some shit will happen.
Yeah.
It's just the cycle of the world, unfortunately. And, you know, the way you think isn't necessarily wrong. It's just different from different generations. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, when we become old crotchety bastards, we must start thinking more like our parents. Maybe, just maybe.
I didn't think about that.
Then we're gonna hate ourselves. You know, I remember thinking, you know, I'm never gonna become an old man. And now I look at his like 19, 20-year-olds. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, God, I'm old. I'm like, I'm 30. I shouldn't be thinking this way.
Yeah. No, I'll see younger dudes, and I'm just like, man, you are a kid. Like, you don't even know like nothing right now.
Yeah. The worst thing I ever wanted to do when I was a kid was grow up.
Yeah, well, no one wants to grow up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, everybody does. You're like, yeah, I want to grow up. And then once you do, you're like, what the fuck? Why was I wishing that? What's wrong with you? It was stupid.
Yeah, like I was saying, I still feel like I'm 18, 19 in my head.
Yeah.
You know, I think you can stay young that way.
I'm 7.
So there's a sense of wonder and that twinkle in your eye.
Yeah, right.
See it.
Yeah, that's just that drive, man. There's got to be more to life than this. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, man. Never.
Yeah, I live by that shit.
Never lose that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's always good. I do see, like, there's also, like, you know, when you scroll through bullshit, sometimes doom scrolling is a thing. When you just get on TikTok or whatever, you just, like, you know, before you're to bed, there's some motivational people come on and they're like, bro, like, you know, don't stress if you don't have your shit together. You know, there's a lot of these, like, really rich people got their shit together in their, like, 30s, 40s.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
So it's like, so as long as you, like, don't stress about it, but also continue pursuing what you want to do.
Exactly.
Like, don't give up on your dreams if you're not successful at this moment, because your time will come. There's still time for you to get where you need to go.
Yeah, some of the best advice you can give people is just don't quit.
Yeah, exactly.
Just don't stop. Like, you might suck along the way, you might stumble along the way. Just don't stop.
Bro, that's preferable. You know, when I do projects and stuff, like, I want to do the worst thing that I can do possible, and then shape it into something good. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I do. That's how you get. If you think you're gonna do something perfect, like the first time, you're never gonna do anything. But if you want to make the worst thing possible, you're gonna do everything, because there's no limit to how bad you can do something. Right. You know what I mean? It's like, it's weird to think about it like that, but you stay productive that way. A lot
of rappers that I've been talking to, technique that they do when they freestyle stuff, they do a mumble track first. Where they just kind of vibe over the beat and they're just like, you know, it's just a mumble track, and it's just something for them to listen to get the melody, and then they put words to that. Yeah. But they hear that kind of throwaway track is just trash, and you can do whatever you want on it. You know, it's nothing, but it helps you get that melody and find those holes that fill in.
Exactly the same shit.
Yeah, but I would say even on those throwaway tracks, try a little bit.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah.
There was a little thing. There was something I was watching today. I'm not a huge fan of rap stuff like that. I don't really listen to it often. But there was something I came across, a video talking about Tyler, the Creator, how there was a song where he tried to get Justin Bieber and I think Rihanna to feature on it. And he recorded a temp track for those lines beforehand. Mm-hmm. Both of them turned it down. He put the temp track in and ended up being like his best-selling song.
Yeah.
So
Earthquake.
Yeah, that
Earthquake.
Yo, so you know, like a lot of his stuff, his like prior stuff, like when he was doing was it Wolfgang, Golf Wing, whatever the fuck it was. He was recording a lot of that shit and mixing and mastering it all on his laptop with the Apple microphone that's on the laptop.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy, because you don't think you would get a good solid sound from that.
Like his first couple of songs, like before Yonkers and all that, that was all on his laptop. Yeah.
That's lit.
Isn't that crazy? But that started a whole wave of like people. And that's what I'm talking about, like all these rappers that think they're doing hot shit.
Yeah.
You're just in your room with a fucking Apple mic. Like you ain't really doing much. Like you might make a cool song, but man, you ain't an artist. You ain't a fucking entertainer, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what it takes these days. You got to be able to get on stage and entertain people.
That's true. It's gonna have a personality.
Exactly. Because the way it is now is like, you don't make money off streams. You make money off touring.
Yeah.
So you got to get out and tour and people you can be an entertainer and actually have a draw, you know. You're not going to make that money off stream sales.
For sure.
It's always been like that, man. So one of the things I do at like any concert I go to, I definitely make sure to buy merch from as many bands as I have the pockets to do, because that's where their stuff comes
Exactly,
from. Like, a lot of
yeah.
their merch is like super cheap made, and all the proceeds go right back to the band.
Exactly. Yeah. That's why they do that, because that's their money.
Exactly.
Like Wiz Khalifa said, learn how to make good show money. That's your money.
Oh yeah,
you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you do merch for your podcast?
So I'm actually I'm meeting up with Conor Gibbons tomorrow. He's gonna start making some merch for me, hopefully. So, yeah. But I've got like stickers and shit. I brought some for you actually. But
oh hell yeah,
thanks.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to put them all over the place.
Yeah.
Nice,
Dude, we'll start putting stickers right here on the table. Just fill up our table. Fill the table.
Yeah. That'd be
That's dope. I used to have like a glass table like this in my living room. That's what I did with it. I filled it all up with stickers, dude.
Yeah.
It looks sick.
That's kind of ass.
Wait, I still keep saying this like every other podcast. When you actually use this for the feature, for what it's built for, this is a fucking poker table.
Yeah, it's great though. Like I was looking at it, I was like, damn, you got cup holders. Like it's all everyone's in a round table.
You've got like chips.
Yeah.
I'll play poker. You're like, let's go.
It's perfect.
Then check your drawer.
Yeah, chips. I mean, we kind of looked into it.
Got a lot of tickets in this one.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got chips over here.
But so I'm glad we kind of stuck with it. I thought about changing this and buying us a whole new set of furniture, because in the old studio, see how these chairs have wheels?
Yeah.
The old studio was a shed. So sheds are usually built to have slightly downsloping floors.
Okay.
So we would always like fucking like sit and then just drift off. So we normally put sandbags or like dumbbells or shit behind the wheels of these chairs so they wouldn't move. But now here, this is actually really nice. So I'm glad that we kind of stuck with these. I literally talked about upgrading these like couple of times. Like, do I want to spend a couple $100 for new chairs? No, dumbbells are fine. And now it's golden.
I'm going through that same thing right now. I'm with moving my studio. I'm like I had a table that I had everything on, and it's now my computer table. So I'm like, well, time to switch everything up, I guess. So I'm debating if I want to lower everything down and get like some lounge chairs and have everybody sit down and chill, or keep the tall aspect like I had.
Yeah.
Kind of keep everybody up a little bit. So I don't know. I'm kind of fucking with it in different camera angles and shit, but I'm going through that right now.
Yeah, nice.
I was testing out a podcast with a friend.
Yeah.
And like he bought floor stands. They have like the boom pole for the mic.
Mm-hmm.
But we recorded using these like small sofa chairs.
Yeah.
And they're kind of yellow, but then you get used to like leaning all the way back.
Mm-hmm.
And so you stop hearing the mic as clearly.
Yeah.
And you'd have to keep adjusting it, but also moving it around too much, you get all the mic movement.
Sure. Have y'all seen Impulsive, how they do it? So they do a corner shot like I do, right? Mm-hmm. And they put the camera directionally like this, and so they have the same floor mounts that you're talking about, and they just have them boomed right here, but they're in those low chairs like you're talking about, and they're constantly moving them.
I mean, Jesus with his podcast does a very similar thing, right?
But I think
like,
they have like regular dynamic.
No, yeah,
like,
so they literally just hold them. They literally just hold their mic.
Oh yeah, I've seen that done too. Yeah, I'm kind of cool with that too, though. You know, like because that way people can, for those guys that do this number, you know, they just hold it.
You know, for the longest time, we didn't modify this shit. This shit actually, this is supposed to be higher up. So you see where the mic mounts on? Like, that's what these usually mounted on.
Oh, I see, yeah.
So, like, he would cover our fucking faces. For all this time, I'm like, how the fuck, like, I don't want to move this down.
Yeah.
Interfere. But once we move these down, we're like, this doesn't interfere at all. Like, literally, like, there's no extra sound coming in that wasn't coming in before. So we should have just done this earlier. Now we can actually see our fucking faces.
Yeah, no, this is cool. I was that's why I was asking if this was a set, if you bought this with the mic or whatnot, because I just have like a Shure, I think it's a Shure 100 that I use, and they're not wrapped or anything. I just have a sock cover on it like that, and
yeah. And this does quite a decent amount. Yeah. Like I said, they were higher. We just have to kind of modify. You shove the chair legs through the middle here.
The isolation shields come with the mic and the stand.
Gotcha.
All in one, and it comes with a basket. Yeah, they're like $30-$40. And what we did is like I just pulled off the little balls on the end of the feet so I could stick it through, and then you could just where everything
I
went.
see.
Yeah.
I thought it came like that. That's cool.
No. One thing that kind of sucks about this table, though, is like it doesn't have anywhere you can kind of put the arms on.
Yeah.
So you can't switch to the arm mics for this specific table.
I had that same problem.
Yeah. So
I just had to do the table mount.
yeah. I was thinking about like trying to see if there's any kind of table mounts we can do where like the arms come from the center, but I'm like, I don't know. That might mess with the camera angles or something like that. So we're gonna have to look into it.
Well, what about I've seen where you have to drill into the table, like have to drill them in.
I have some people come on there like, is this thing on the table? Can I move it? I'm like, yeah, dude, pick it up if you want.
Here's a dumb idea. Not for me because I'm a fat fuck, but for you skinnier people, put the arm out right here.
The chair.
Just like, yeah.
It's not a bad idea. Yeah.
Good.
Move it out in front of you. Yeah. Just have to like suck it the whole time. Or lose some weight. I don't know.
You have to widen the camera a little bit.
Get the extra wide lens. So what do you do for video for a podcast?
As far as what?
Like, what do you shoot on? What's your
Canon.
Nice.
Yeah.
What is it? Just the DSLRs or nice?
You Canon T-Rebel 7 or whatever.
T7.
Yeah.
I or right?
TI7. Yeah.
T7. Okay. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Those are good to start.
I just got it, dude. Like I got it as a Christmas present from my girl, and I'm still tinkering with it, man.
Is it just a one camera setup or? Nice.
Yeah. So what I do is I've got the camera, and that's for when I edit later.
Yeah.
And then I live stream on Twitch. With,
hell yeah.
With an iPad.
Nice.
And
how's the quality on iPad for that?
It's 720p. Not bad. You know, it's not 1080, or it's not 4K, but fuck it. You know.
Hey, get a if once you get a budget, you just get another Canon or because they can. I'm using my old Canon. I used to have a Canon 70D that I don't shoot with anymore. So literally, Canon has a program to turn their cameras into webcams.
Right.
So I just have that. I have a wall plug thing that, it's a dummy battery that plugs into the wall for the Canon battery, and I just use that as my webcam whenever I need to stream it.
That's what I'm eventually going to get to, is I want to be able to do that and have like a stream deck and switch and do everything on YouTube, and it's already, when I'm done recording, it's up.
Nice.
Yeah.
We thought about doing that here, but like we have to have somebody live on a switcher, and that's we can do it here, but it's a little difficult. So usually I just do everything in post.
That's the same problem, because I do all the production, I do all the filming, editing, everything, dude. So I set up all the cameras, set up all the mics, so I don't have a camera op to do that. But
half the time we don't. Like we're lucky to manuals here. Yeah. And literally the only thing he's doing is making sure that one of these doesn't fucking die.
Right.
Let's know the battery level.
Yeah. No, it's a mess, man, trying to figure all that shit out. But once you get it all and you find your rhythm,
absolutely,
it's great.
Absolutely. I just mapped everything to my keyboard perfectly today for the first time. I used to do not map everything I need. I'm like, wait, I can literally just do this in Premiere. So now literally all my editing is just on the fucking number pad. The bottom 3, 1, 2, and 3 just does switch between cameras. 0 is a space. 5 and 6 are move forward 1 frame, and then 7 and 9 there's like fast forward, go back. I was like, bro, I could literally just sit here just like
damn.
Just edit with one hand and like 3 fingers.
Yeah.
Perfect. So nice. So the workflow has gotten a little bit faster now that I don't have to like reach up over here for this button, here over here. So I was like, why the fuck haven't I been mapping my goddamn buttons?
Yeah.
What's wrong with me?
Yeah.
Like I know this is a feature. Why the fuck haven't I done this before?
I did that for the longest time.
Yeah.
The longest time. I would just be having to click different shit and do whole different, go through the whole thing, go through the window and find what you need.
What do you edit on?
Premiere.
Nice. Yeah.
That's what I've used since high school, man. I was in the media class in high school, and actually best editor 2009. So yeah, and but we used Premiere, and then that's just what I'm used to. There's obviously better things, obviously, but I'm just so used to Premiere.
Yeah, I started on a pirated version of Vegas when I first started editing back in the day.
Yeah.
2008, 2009. Yeah. That was great. Everybody started on pirate shit back then. I played around with DaVinci just a little bit, but the fact that it can't use your graphics card on the free version to render, it's kind of ass. So that way, it just has to render off your CPU. So render times take forever.
Sure.
On the free version,
yeah.
You still have all the options, just about all the options for the paid version, which is amazing. Because that software too is really, really nice. It crashes like way less than Premiere, which I'm sure you're very familiar with.
Oh yeah.
Adobe crashes. So I know Corridor actually switched over to using DaVinci for a while. But yeah, so great software. Just you gotta if you want to actually render stuff out, you gotta pay for it. Unfortunately. I don't know what other ones I've worked on. specifically editing software.
Did Avid?
Yeah, I've messed with that a little bit.
Avid.
Yeah.
Fuck Avid. I have been in school for editing.
I think that's the only time I
Pro
messed with
Tools
it.
for audio, but like, dude, I hated Pro Tools.
So
it's not intuitive.
What do you edit your audio on?
Audition?
Audition. So I do mine on Logic.
A lot.
Nice. Well, yeah, you're a music person, so of course,
Yeah,
you use a more
exactly.
centric program for that.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I don't do too much to my audio. I will, I'll just take a track, delete everything off when it's not the person speaking, so we get a little bit of less
See, dude,
echo.
I don't do that. I've heard other podcasters doing that.
It's a
pain in the ass, and that's why I haven't done it.
Yeah.
Because you got to go there and the whole damn thing.
I'm dreading. Actually, he already put out the audio version for Conor's episode. I was gonna do that for the video version.
Yeah.
Because I didn't get to editing it. He's like, I'm just gonna post it. I'm like, if you think it's good enough. But I was thinking about going through it and just doing all that for the video version. And I'm like, it's gonna take a while. But
That's what the professional editors do, man. Like the everyone that's doing all the other podcasts and shit, and they're making good money doing it too.
yeah.
You know, Mr. Beast pays $5,000 for someone to make his thumbnail.
God damn.
Man,
$5,000 a thumbnail.
Yeah.
And I sit there, I make thumbnails for my podcast in like 3 minutes on my phone.
Yeah.
damn, $5,000. You could be making that money.
Hey, man, that's the first thing I said. I was like, dude, I got an app that I use it on. Like, I'm sure, like they, obviously they're a little more
Probably just Photoshop, bro. It's fine.
exactly.
And you already have all the templates for everything. You just have to change it out a little bit. Because it literally makes the same fucking face in every single one. It's just a copy paste, bro. What the fuck?
I'm telling you, and $5,000 just like that.
Yeah. Well, shit.
I've been trying to do thumbnails for the podcast, and like every now and then I'll take the time to actually do it.
Yeah.
But I just ended up finally making the template. So all I have to do is like just put the person's face, and it shows up in the logo, and then like update the background.
Yeah, I was doing that for a while too, making the whole thing, and then you're like, "Fuck, this takes forever."
Yeah.
So you get the template made, then it's just drag and drop. Yeah.
Bad. I've been trying to change it. Like I finally changed it for like the actual podcast logo when you go into try and find it on like Spotify or like Apple Music. So when you go there now, it's like a new logo. Hopefully, I kept getting the errors every time I tried saving it. I don't know why.
I struggled with that forever. I eventually had to take it to my production guy and be like, dude, this is what I want. Can you please make this happen? He was like, yeah, no problem. Put it in Final Cut, chopped it all up, put it in the right frame rate and everything, and sent it to me. But I struggled with that for like a week.
It's
dude.
just the thumbnail. Like
just the
they
thumbnail.
have like an album cover with it.
For Spotify, right?
Yeah, for some reason it won't save it. Like it says it's uploaded and everything, and it won't save.
I went through that forever, dude. And what it was mine, it was the file wasn't in the right frame rate. It had to be like 1400 by 1400 or something like that. And so you had to take that and put it into a photo editor and then bring it back in.
Oh, you didn't have the right aspect to it.
Yeah, that's aspect ratio.
Yeah. I was like, frame rate. I'm like, not
No, my bad. Yeah.
It's all right.
I was thinking because like some of them will. I was like, are you talking about like because when you listen to some music, some albums like they'll have like a
Right.
a loop, like a 6 second
GIF
loop,
or
or like
something.
the music video just going in the background. Like,
Yeah.
is that what you're talking about? Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
No, but how are y'all putting your stuff on Spotify with the RSS feed?
Yeah, and it goes all through Anchor.
Are you
So
doing on
put it through
Anchor?
Anchor,
I do mine through SoundCloud. Is that free?
So Anchor is free, yeah, and you can monetize it. So all
Someone
these are
made our
like
$6.
monetized. Yeah,
I need to get on that.
we're close to $6.
Yeah, guys. Fuck yeah. So you put your whole library on there and
Yeah, everything's on there, and they finally started putting up video, so you can actually put video. But like the video, for some reason, isn't monetized, so I only put up the audio.
Damn, I'm gonna get in on that. I didn't know about that because I what I do is I pay the $8 a month fee for SoundCloud Pro, and they give you the option to have an RSS feed, and then once you load everything to your SoundCloud account, it automatically
You
distributes.
could probably just open an Anchor account and take the RSS feed
Yeah.
and also put it through Anchor.
That's what I'm thinking about. Yeah.
I think you could do that. And then Anchor distributes it for you.
Right.
So it goes off to like all the different platforms there.
Apple,
So-
Spotify, Amazon. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm sure they take their cut from like the earnings and stuff like that. Pretty sure we could have made like $7.50 right now.
I think that's cool, man. Y'all making money. You're doing something right.
Sure. Don't ask us how much we're spending all this ever.
Dude, I didn't break even until like episode 40, and I'm on like 50 maybe.
Fuck yeah. We're not gonna break even anytime soon because we don't charge our guests. Maybe we should if they ask. That's not a bad idea.
I'm telling you, man, that's the way to do it. And try not to throw that out there too much.
No. Do you want us to cut this part out of the podcast?
No. That's all good. It's all good.
That's funny. So I'd be like,
Yeah, they're gonna be waiting. Just, he's gonna ask me. He's gonna ask me.
Like, we gotta figure out sponsorship soon.
Dude, I've been trying to get sponsorships. Like, I've got a sponsorship through a drink company, like an energy drink supplements, a W Energy, and I have a 10% discount code. But it's kind of a bullshit sponsorship, man. But
whatever, man. Hey, don't we have like a backpack sponsorship?
Yeah, we had one for some backpacks.
So
Muslim backpacks or whatever.
do y'all do ad reads or like?
And no, we don't have to do anything. We just have to put the code in. So as long as you use the code, we get like a 10% kit.
Are we still sponsored by them?
I think so.
Yeah.
Hey, you know,
check that out.
Hey, check out like in the description below. I had no idea we were so sponsored. Like he didn't do all the business stuff of things. I just host and edit. That's all I do.
Promo code UPization.
Oh, promo code UPization.
See, and that's where the all killer no filler came in because I was using that as my promo code.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Nice. What is that? What is that flavor? I see you drinking Prime.
Oh, it's the ice pop, man.
I don't think I've had that one. I think I tried the green one and maybe one other one.
Dude, so my son got me into these actually.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Conor came over and he had some.
Did he really? Yeah. That's funny. No, dude, they're good, man. I mean, it's just like Gatorade, but this one it's a little sugary. This one is, but I like them. They have a pink one, strawberry watermelon. That one's fucking
They said that one like definitely has a lot less sugar than a regular Gatorade.
Yeah.
We got more drinks up there too.
Yeah. As I said last time, you know, fuck Logan Paul, but his wrestling is awesome.
Yeah.
Also, Prime is really good. KSI, I like.
What's your beef with Paul?
I'm just his personality,
Yeah.
like the whole thing with the crypto zoo and shit like that. I'm just like,
I almost brought that up earlier.
but like, it's not all his fault. Crypto zoo's not all his fault. He
Exactly.
should have kept an closer eye on his people. Granted, I mean, he wasn't. I'm not gonna say he wasn't part of it, but you know, that he needs to pay more attention to his shit. But yeah, his wrestling stuff though. I don't know if you're.
Oh yeah, I've seen
Oh my god, bro! Did you see that Royal Rumble spot?
He blew his knee out.
No, that was before
Was that okay?
The recent one with Ricochet, like,
I didn't
so
see that.
I'm gonna have to show it to you after.
Yeah.
So literally, I think I talked about this last podcast too. Literally, he goes like, so it's the sides of the ring, right outside. You've got the ring things. Him and this other guy was a high flyer. They look at each other. Come on, you got. That start yelling at each other. They jump off, collide in midair, fall down.
I think I saw that clip. I think I saw it on Instagram.
You might have broke that.
Yeah.
Dude is fucking good. Mm-hmm. And he finally started. I think he's finally like feeding into the hate that he gets. I think he might finally do a heel character because for the longest time he didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, like, come on, like, if the people don't like you, you gotta feed into that. Like, it'll be.
Well, that's his brother's lane.
It'll be a better. Well, yeah,
Jake is the villain.
yeah, but nobody likes him in WWE either. So
Yeah.
he should take that line too. And I think he finally is, which is good, which is great for him, which means that, you know, like the more, if you're a heel, you want more boos, so people are gonna want to watch you to boo you.
Yeah, it's a Conor McGregor thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I was just about to say that, man. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, his wrestling is fantastic. I just wish he'd make better decisions.
It's kind of crazy how like he jumped into professional wrestling and can hang like that.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I
Like,
mean?
he was, I think, what was it, Conor or one of them said,
Conor McGregor.
no, one of their last guests said that they were like all state like wrestling shit. Him and his brother from
Yeah, in Iowa. Yeah.
yeah. So they have background. That's cool. Yeah.
And those guys, man, they talk the shit you want, man. But those guys have.
They are successful for a reason, man.
successful.
They are successful for a reason. Trust me. So they're definitely doing stuff right.
No doubt.
Yeah, and you know, like, sure, you can attribute some of that to dumb luck, but maybe if it was dumb luck, they would have fallen off a long time ago.
Exactly.
They know what the fuck they're doing.
They know what they're doing.
They're smart people, man. Like, no matter how many dumb decisions they make here, they made so many more smart ones than that.
But they're creators.
Absolutely,
You know,
man.
creators don't die. They just keep going, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's all it
You
is.
adapt, you change, you find new avenues. So, like, you know, as much as I say I don't like him as a person, like, there's some respect, bro. Respect.
Yeah.
100% respect. You cannot hate on the grind because they're doing their thing.
No doubt.
Yeah. That's why I would say, like, you gotta like, whoever that's best example, you gotta respect what they're doing. Just seeing their success, bro. It's crazy.
Another big one, like Rogan, like he's king. You know, Rogan's king of podcasts. You know, and you can't really touch his shit. And I often wonder, like, how long is Rogan gonna be on this fucking like escapade? You know, because he's top dog right now, and I don't see anyone coming for him.
Yeah, really, like, honestly, unless somebody comes on with that has same energy, I really don't think so.
Have y'all seen his new comedy thing down in Austin that he's building? He's got a whole new store down there. It's fucking cool.
I haven't seen it, but
It's called the Mothership or something. It's pretty neat. I'm gonna go check it out when it opens.
That'd be cool. I like going to comedy shows all the time.
Oh, dude, it's the best.
I got to see Adam Sandler like live in Dallas. Like
I saw him. You went to the recent one?
Yeah,
dude, I saw him 5 years ago with Rob Schneider. Fucking Mark Norman was there. Fucking Nick Schwartzen. It was great, dude. It was so fucking cool, man.
Was it here in town?
It was, yeah. I think it was in Arlington though.
In Arlington?
Yeah.
Okay. I saw him doing this tour now, and like every time he would post on Instagram, he's like he had surprise guests like in every city he was in, and then whenever he got here, his surprise guest was Rob Schneider.
Yeah.
Which I got to see Rob Schneider live like not even too long ago, maybe a few months, and Rob Schneider by himself wasn't as great as just with Adam Sandler.
Yeah, they're a gang.
Rob Schneider just went way too political with it, and like his politics like now switched to like being kind of right wing politics.
Okay.
And I was like, oh,
Did Adam Sandler bring out the guitar and all that shit?
yeah, that dude did like not just a comedy show but a concert.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's how it is when you go see Sandler, dude. It's a concert.
It's worth it, dude.
Did he do the Chris Farley song?
He did the Chris Farley song.
That thing will make you cry, dude.
Yeah.
I think so. Like that's a song to a best friend right there. It's touching.
R.I.P.
I was gonna say he also did the Space Station 69.
Yeah, I remember. He's got this song like Phone Wallet Keys. Did he do that one?
Oh, he didn't do that one. He did like another one that's similar, but he's like naming off a bunch of random stuff. He's like sand, shorts, Barbie. It's like those are all the ingredients to a hot dog. It just culminates to that line.
Dude, anytime I leave the house, I'm like, phone, wallet, keys. Phone, wallet, keys. That's all I need.
Man.
Then he's like long shorts, baggy shirt, long shorts, baggy shirt. And then it starts with a montage of him just wearing long shorts, baggy shirts.
That is his signature look.
That's a Sandler look, right?
So when you go to concerts, do you usually go? Do you ever go to like big arena shows, or is it just mostly like small stuff?
I'll go to big arena stuff. Yeah.
Gotcha. What kind of tickets do you usually get for that? Are you nosebleeds? Are you a pit? Are you
I'm spending the money,
bro? Same.
Yeah, I'm spending the money.
Same from now on. So I don't know if I might have talked about some. I don't know. We're a lot of repeat stories. If I did talk about this, I don't know. I went to see a couple of years ago. I went to go see Iron Maiden, and Ghost was opening up for them.
Fuck yeah,
that was great. Except I got nosebleeds. And Ghost was fine because I mean they're so far away, but their standards were great.
They're the huge theatrical fan though.
But then Iron Maiden comes on, and Bruce's mic cuts out every like 2 seconds. Fuck, man! And nosebleeds you can't do shit.
I'd be bummed.
Yeah. So after that, I was like, I'm not doing any arena shows. Till recently, my friend hits me up and says, "Hey, come." He bought tickets for Rammstein in San Antonio, which I had the shirt by the way. Yeah, Rammstein, love them. So he bought tickets from them like 3 years ago. He since moved to California, drove back here, spent the weekend, was going to go drive down. So he hits me up on Saturday. The concert is Saturday evening. He gets up one morning. He's like, hey, so, remember how I told you about that Rammstein concert? Yeah, the person who's supposed to drive us can't go, and I have an extra ticket. Do you want to drive?
Yeah.
It's like, it's GA. And I'm like, say no more. Let's go. Yeah. So drive down to fucking San Antonio, get in the fucking GA, like down in the fucking pit. Bro, it was so good that I don't think I'm ever... If I ever go to an arena show, I am never buying anything but like GA tickets.
That's where the energy is, man.
Exactly. Yeah. No, that concert was so much fun too. Like I couldn't really see them on the stage because granted it was still like a full stadium.
Yeah.
You see above it, jump up, you can see them. But was able to start a couple of pits, which is great. I went to a certain point where they have these like towers, and I think they had like a path underneath or something where they got up into the tower, and then to get back on stage, they inflated these fucking like inflatable boats, and they all got on them, and so we were just like pushing them back up.
That's cool.
It was so funny. But yeah, that concert was amazing. So I'm never on big concerts. I'm never getting.
Dude,
fuck that.
My thing is, if I'm going, I'm gonna have an experience.
Yes.
I'm not gonna go and just like have a half-assed experience. Same with like comedy shows. Like I'm getting front row seats.
Yeah, absolutely.
I went to a comedy show at the same place at the American Airlines Center, but it was for Bill Burr.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We ended up like way in the balcony, and like he was still funny because you're of course getting the jokes.
It's Bill Burr, dude.
But you don't get any of that interaction with us from being so far away. And I was like, this would have been better if this was at the Improv at Addison.
Yeah.
But now, whenever I went to go see Adam Sandler, I went ahead and got like the best tickets I could.
Yeah.
And I was like 3 seats away from being close to the stage on the side.
Yeah.
But basically, it was just the only person standing between us was the cameraman and Adam Sandler right there.
That's nice.
So we were like, get to see him up close, and he like turn around and interact with the people and like wave at everyone.
Yeah.
And you can actually like, you're far enough to where you still make eye contact with the guy. And I was like, this is amazing. This is like a great experience. And
Yeah, I like to get close, man.
he makes his like show really interactive because he'll bring out a flashlight and start spotlighting people, and like the camera turns to the people he's spotlighting.
I saw Bert Kreischer like last year, and I got pretty as close as I could, like you said. You know, it was like 5 rows back.
Yeah.
And he's the same way. He's super interactive with his crowd. You know, first thing, takes the shirt off when he comes out, and you know, he's like, "What's up, motherfuckers?" You know, and he's in there doing crowd work with people and talking. It's great, man.
Dude, Felipe Esparza was great. So whenever
like
he
him
comes
too.
to town,
Yeah.
like go watch him. But the first time we went, I took my brother. It was like for his birthday. It was his first comedy show. So me and both my brothers went, and we sat right at the stage, and like next to us was this attractive blonde girl, and then like her friend.
Good save, Joe. Good save. Good save.
But both her friend got like really drunk, and she was like more outgoing, and like Felipe is like out there like saying his sets and stuff, and like they keep drawing his attention because he keeps looking over.
Yeah.
And then he like he asked my brother, "Are you guys together?" It's like, and he's like, "You guys look like a nice couple," but he never really got a response from my brother. And then eventually the girls, I don't know what was going on. Like, she was kind of drunk, but the blonde girl sitting to her right, she turns around and just slaps the girl's boobs because she was wearing this
Okay.
crop dress that, like, really shows the cleavage.
Yeah.
And, like, the friend just slaps her boob. And Felipe was like, "Did you just slap her boobs?" And, like, she just laughs. And, like, she turns around and does it again. And then, like, the friend's, like, kind of embarrassed, like, trying to grab her hands back.
Yeah.
And then, like, finally, the whole show, they were kind of like that, just grabbing his attention. And then when the show's finally over, we meet Felipe. We take pictures with him. He's like, "Bro, was that I thought that was your girl. That wasn't your girl." He's like, "Nah." He's like, "Dude, if I knew it wasn't your girl, I would have gotten in even more on her."
No, you won't get that from the arena shows. That's the small club show that you get that vibe from.
And, like, one of the guys that was there, he told us, dude, Felipe was supposed to be doing the Verizon Theater.
Yeah.
And he came up and did the Addison Improv, and it's like the people at Verizon were not happy with that.
Damn.
Because he like double booked himself.
Yeah.
But he was doing like great shows at the Improv. They even extended the days he was doing it.
Yeah, they'll do that a lot. So my old set was actually a street over from the Improv, and so I was so close to it all the time. And I lived there too, right? And so I could walk to the Improv if I wanted to, man. So I saw all kinds of people coming in and out of there. But Whitney Cummings was there.
Oh, we went to that show.
You were there?
Yeah.
I was there too. Maybe not the same night, but yeah, I saw that.
We got to see her. It was like during the time she had blonde hair.
Yeah.
She was like,
Yeah.
Nice. So, I think I'm kind of lucky at sorry to kind of go off topic a little bit, that I listen to the music I listen to, because it's mostly like European power metal shit. And you know those bands are never going to get into big venues, so you can get as close as you want. It's so fucking nice. Just like going and just doing that shit. Because, yeah, I'm paying like maybe $50, $60 for a concert ticket versus like a couple hundred to get closer to the band. So it's so nice. What about you? What kind of concert shit do you do?
Bruh, I gotta get out more because I don't go to concerts and shit, man. The last one I went to was the Kendrick Lamar concert.
Nice.
good
What
one.
was that?
That one was lit, but I got nosebleeds as well. You know.
Was that at American Airlines?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure was.
I saw a video of that.
So how was the Nosebleed Kendrick concert? Was it?
Yeah, the crowds were crazy, dude.
Even up there, nice.
Yeah.
Hell
Yeah, that shit was cool.
That's good. I'm like, like if a crowd is good, like sure really doesn't matter where you're at, but
Yeah, man.
yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah, he's real fucking artsy and shit. So, like, the experience was pretty cool, even though I was way up in the nosebleeds.
Yeah.
But, you
Yeah.
know.
I don't like his music, but dude's a super fucking cool dude. I watched like some of the reviews with him. Fucking, I love that guy. Yeah, same with like a lot of those like people. So and then kind of off topic again, like anybody who's cool to Nardwuar is my favorite person ever.
Dude, Nardwuar is the truth. He's the truth, man.
Love Nardwuar.
Yeah.
He's so good.
He's so genuine. So genuine. Like, did you see his interview with Slipknot? With Clown number 6?
No.
So
I know it's supposed to be like a shit show, but I never watched it.
It's kind of a shit show because, well, first off, you know, he's in character, the clown, you know, and he's a fucking asshole. He don't talk to nobody. And I forgot who else. There's like nine people in the band, dude. So the other dude's like, oh man, 6 starts talking, and the other dude's like, oh man, you got him to talk. Like, don't piss him off. You know, and then eventually Nardwuar says something, and he just kind of walks off. But it was just interesting. Like, he got him to talk, and like he never talks, you know, but he talked to Nardwuar.
Nardwuar is fucking amazing. Like every, I think recently, I don't know what the fuck was his name? One of the most recent ones that came out. This dude's like, he asked him something. He's like, I told myself I wouldn't be amazed, but what the fuck? It's like, it's like the dude prepared himself mentally for Nardwuar, but still couldn't handle it.
Yo, to tie in J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar and all that, Nardwuar was talking to J. Cole, and he was like, yo, aren't you the one that told Dre about Kendrick? Yeah. He's like, what the fuck? How do you know? He's like, no one's supposed to know that. Like,
do you fuck with Nardwuar?
Yes. He gets on the dirt on people. Like, he does his research.
Yeah. He'll go back to like your childhood.
Yeah.
I mean, from what I heard, like he, you know, he'll definitely go like behind your back to like your parents and stuff like that. Always ask a bunch of questions and pay them off to shut up and not tell them.
I'm sure.
Yeah, of course. Which is great. You know, obviously you got to find yourself somehow. It's like everybody asking you what the fucking feds like. Basically, he knows more than the fucking feds know about you.
He was talking to Billie Eilish, and they were like, he was like, wasn't your friend so-and-so the one that took you to a Green Day concert and got you into music? And she's like, I don't even talk to that person anymore. How do you fucking know who this is?
Man, like, I want to meet that guy just to say hello and thank you for the years of entertainment.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah, his stuff with Snoop is legendary. His stuff with Tyler's legendary. Like, it's just amazing. Do you watch his stuff?
I've seen his stuff. I even saw this, like, short, like, YouTube documentary about him, where they were showing like his progression where
he started as a radio DJ, right?
Yeah. And he says like the one really bad interview he had, because a lot of people didn't get his sense of humor. He apparently did politics and stuff too, where he would ask politicians questions.
Oh, that'd be interesting to see.
But there was the band Blur. He was interviewing them, and the guys were just assholes to him.
Yeah.
But if you don't get it, it comes off a little like clowny, you know?
Yeah, but the guys were like just being rude to him. It was like he's trying to ask some questions, but they only barely listen to him. Yeah. And he had like a gift for him. He bought like this record that's like a rare, hard to find record, and he was going to give it to him.
Sure.
And the guy just grabs it, pulls it out, and throws it on the ground. And just breaks it.
Come on.
And like, I'm like, it looks like he almost wants to cry.
Yeah.
Like, but he doesn't show that he's like that upset, because he talks very calmly.
Wow. Now I saw him talking to Absol, and Absol was like, look, man, I'm gonna tell you right now, you come with me in this goofy shit, I'm gonna punch you in the face.
Yeah.
And then he asked another question. He's like, you know what? I just think we're done here. And like, that was the end of it.
Yeah.
But he just didn't get it, you know, like it just went over his head.
I think, but yeah, the people who do get it are like the coolest ones. Like his first interview with Pharrell, like back in Nerd, bro, that one was crazy, because he's just like, I don't know who the fuck this guy is, like what's gonna happen. And then by the end, he's like, bro, like respect.
Yeah.
Like, yes, that's amazing, because like beyond the fucking goofy shit, like the dude knows you more than you know yourself.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
He's a historian when it comes to music.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, I might just take a trip to Vancouver, just see if I can meet him, say hello, thank you for everything. But yeah, I think we're kind of dying on batteries soon, right? Something like that.
We could go for a little bit, but we can get close to wrapping up. So,
all right. Well, I mean, if it cuts off or anything, you want to do your plugs now, so we don't have to do them later. We can do them later if we have time, but just do them now so we can at least have them.
Y'all follow me on Instagram. It's @27 and @What's Up With That Podcast. I'm putting out new shit as fast as I can. Season 2 is on the way. Y'all like, follow, subscribe, comment, all that shit.
Yeah. Hell yeah, man. All right. So at least we have that now in case the batteries die. How's your social stuff going? You're saying you're trying to post as much as you can, right?
Yeah, you know, so like you'll hear Gary Vee and them talk about like 4 times a day is the minimum. Fuck all that. I don't do all that. I found you gain more traction if you so I was posting like 2-3 times a week, you know, but I've really found that and this might just be my algorithm, I don't know, but if I post something like on a Monday or whatever, and then I wait like week and a half, then the next one it'll pop off more on the next one, and it gives this one time to get some eyes on it. You know, if you're constantly dropping content like every other day,
People are gonna miss stuff.
you're gonna miss stuff. You're gonna miss the previous one. And I had that struggle where I was like, man, I'm putting out dope ass shit. Like, why is this not fucking like gaining anything, you know? And you just got to give it time. You got to, before you drop the next thing, let it breathe, you know?
Yeah, there's that. Also, like, you know, if you're posting stuff on your personal stuff and always sharing that one thing, people are unfollowing you because, like, all this dude does, like, 24, like, I'm going to see 4 posts from this dude from that. I'm not going to pay attention to any of it.
Right.
So,
it gets annoying and monotonous and shit,
yeah. So that's why I'm also a big fan of posting maybe a couple times a week, if that, you know, just like so you don't clog up your people's news feed with just the same old shit.
Yeah, so, and that's why I have my personal one, and that's all my personal stuff, like family and, you know, kids, work, whatever. And,
I mean, you still post every once in a while,
exactly,
but not like clog it.
But it's not like the What's Up With That page where it's just strictly podcasts and, like, you know, shit.
I mean, if you post, like, other shit, like, you know, maybe you post memes or maybe you post like polls or whatever. Sure, you know, that can also be okay, but, you know, just promoting the same thing over and over again a couple times a day, no, I don't like that.
Have y'all ever had like?
Sometimes I just share stories, like on the IG stories. If I see something cool that pops up that's kind of related, I'll post it.
Yeah, that's pretty much my personal page. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta drive engagement some way or another. Because if they're engaging with his other posts, they're gonna engage with some of them are gonna engage with your actual what you're about. So that's why I was like, maybe we need to start posting more just random bullshit on the, you know, just stuff that drives engagement onto our social medias. So that way that, you know, when the podcast episode comes up, they'll be like, huh, cool. You know, I like this page. I like the dumb shit this page posts or provocative or whatever else this page posts. I'm going to start listening to what they're doing. All right.
You're recording?
Are you rolling?
All right, we're back. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Sorry about that. We had some technical difficulties. Hopefully the Canon story still stayed. I don't know. We did that with here. But basically, I just asked him about how he does his recording because Canon camera's cut out. And he says he just... What was it again?
We just we run it to the computer to a hard drive.
Yeah, so not Magic Lantern, but that.
Yeah, so I debated putting Magic Lantern on there, but I just got the camera and I'm not sure about it. And I read a lot of reviews about Magic Lantern. They can just fry your shit.
I've only had to like lock up my camera once or twice, but that's about it.
So what do you do in that situation?
Just fucking take out the battery, put it back in, and it's fine.
Really?
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah. If it locks up, you just take out the battery, put it back in.
Dude, I was having people telling me it's going to ruin it. It's going to fuck it all up.
I mean, okay, it's a third-party software, so any third-party software you got to be worried about, you know, just be careful with. But I've never had any issues besides just a lockup and just take out the battery, put it back in, turn it on.
People were telling me it might overheat because I was telling them how long I'm doing.
Yeah. I mean, that's... Maybe, but I've had Canons for a long time and I've never had an overheating issue. Ever.
Honestly, for long form stuff, like you can't go wrong with the camcorder. Like you don't see a lot of people using camcorders.
I think I've got a little HD 4K camcorder, and we set that up as a second cam sometimes, but it looks great. I mean, it's not bad.
Yeah, they're good quality.
Just a little point and shoot, you know.
Those would be great just for doing these long format podcasts. That way, you have like a really reliable camera. And what I would do is like put the one that you feel is a little less reliable, use that as the camera that's more on you or on the guest if it's higher quality. But to be safe, you always have your wide be like the more dependable camera.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, I think that is about it. We did find a second hard drive, but I think it's almost full, so we do have to wrap up. So, George, thank you so much for co-hosting. Adrian, always awesome having you on. I need to have you on more. Nick, man, thank you so much for being on,
thanks for having me, guys.
His conversations were super fun. Go check him out, bro. His podcast. I don't listen to many podcasts, but from what I've heard, I'm gonna have to start listening to this one, bro. What's up with that right there? There you go.
Yep.
That is super fucking cool. We should have had these up beforehand to kind of do advertising.
It's all good.
That's okay. Yeah.
We're gonna put some on the table here.
Yeah, y'all can check us out on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon, Apple, everything, man. We're there.
Absolutely, bro. Sounds amazing. Thank you so much again for being on, guys. Thank you, Manuel. Thank you so much for managing all the stuff behind the camera. He alerted us to where stuff was going down, but we're like, nah, we're fine. We got 10 more minutes.
Yeah.
So don't ignore Manuel. He's he knows what he's doing. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. See y'all. Bye. Cool.